Are your drawers too full with too many products and they're just overflowing and it's difficult to get ready in the morning and it's just not functional? Well, follow along and I'm going to show you my method on how I organize my drawers. Hello everyone. So today we're going to talk a little bit about organization. It's one of my favorite things to do actually. Keep me away from a label maker. I will stick a label on anything. So I'm going to be organizing my makeup drawer in my washroom. So I thought I'd bring you along with me and just take you along on the process. First thing you're going to want to do is empty all of your drawers, cupboards, or whatever you're organizing in your washroom. And I'm only going to be doing my top drawer because my other ones were looking really good still. My top drawer was just becoming chaos, like so full of products. Everything was in there, like things that don't belong in that drawer. And just from like traveling and, you know, busy, just like throwing things around and not putting them back where they belong. And then it just makes your morning so inefficient. It just takes so long to get ready. You can't find the things that you need and it just ends up getting worse and worse and worse. So today, that's what we'll be doing. So the first thing you're going to want to do is empty all of your drawers. You want to sort everything by type as you're emptying it. So this is going to save you time, be more efficient, just sort it by type as you're taking it out. So put all your face washing products together and all your makeup together and separate your makeup. So like all your skin stuff, your foundations together, concealers, blushes, lipsticks, so on and so forth. So keep them all in piles, separated by type, all your oral hygiene, all your hair stuff. And this is just going to give you a really good visual of how much of each product you have. And it's going to help you decide what things are most important to you. So that's going to be your first step. Take everything out and sort it by type. So now we've got everything on the counter and we're going to start consolidating everything. So you can do this as you're starting your piles as well. So just throwing out items that are expired or empty as you're doing this, just get rid of them. You can start another pile for items to give away if you have things that you're just not using and you find, like have a friend or family member that would use it, put those in a separate pile. But just really consolidate and just take a good hard look at what you've got and just get rid of what you're not using. If you haven't used it in a long time, chances are you're not going to. So give it to somebody that will, or just get rid of it. Get rid of that clutter. I encourage you to just let it go. I also do have like a secret stash, I guess. Like I have a separate, like old school caboodles case. Remember those?
Caboodles makeup made just for girls of our age.
Well, 90s. So I put items that are like off season, so colors I'm not using, or for instance, I like to rotate out my makeup. So I only keep like 2 glosses and a couple lipsticks. And then when I get sick of those, and I'll switch them out. Or if there's just products that you use only in the summer, you can remove those and switch them out by season as well. Also good a place to store the samples that you'll get, or the luxury samples.
You're like a sample abuser. That's what you are. You're abusing your sampling privileges. One sample, 2 samples the most. You can't just go on sample after sample.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Or the samples that you'll get so you can try them while you're on a holiday or traveling, so that you're not having to bring all your products with you every time. Remember, you don't want this to become like keeping everything. You just want to have one, maybe you have one little shoebox or one small case or something that's your extras, and you limit to that. If it doesn't fit in there and it doesn't fit in the drawer, you got to get rid of it. You got to get rid of it. So as you're going through each category or pile of your products that you have, you're going to be wiping off the items that you're keeping too. So just have a damp cloth or soapy cloth on hand as well, and just keep everything nice and tidy that you're keeping, as well as the items that you're giving away. Just give them a nice little wipe down. And this is a really good time to also get your brushes washed. So I have a video on how I wash my brushes, so definitely watch that next as well. I'll link it below. Okay, so now you have all of your piles of items that you're keeping, your products that you're keeping. They're all cleaned up. And now it's just time to evaluate how much of each product do I have? Like, do I have so much of one product that I need to devote a whole drawer to this product perhaps? Or do I need to be a little bit more brutal with myself and cut some more items? So you really want to make your drawers or cupboards work for you. You're going to want to put your most frequently used items in the most easy to reach places. So I put my most frequently used at the top and my least frequently used at the bottom. My top drawer is dedicated to skin. So I have removed all of my piles that don't fall into the skin category and placed them in their home. So I have a separate drawer for hair and I have another separate drawer for oral hygiene. Another thing I also like to consider is which items Another thing I like to consider is what products need to be close to like an electrical outlet, perhaps like your blow dryer, curling irons, so those types of things. Maybe you have electric toothbrush. So you need to kind of check out where your drawers are in comparison to where your outlets are. Another good thing to evaluate is, okay, what about items that I use water with, and have them closer to the sink. So maybe your dental hygiene and your face wash items are going to be closer to your sink. So these are really good things to think about, and they're going to help you with efficiency and just going to make it so much smoother when you're using your items, and it's going to make your space so much more enjoyable to use and so much more efficient. Now you're going to decide what type of storage bins that you're going to be using in your drawers. So you'll obviously need to know the size of them and the depth of them. I was just able to pick up some at the dollar store that were super, super reasonable, that fit in that area, rather than kind of upgrading. I've been looking at upgrading to like bamboo or black bins. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But just in the effort of saving money and reusing what I already had, I just kind of went with the same thing. So I like to use these clear containers. They come in all different sizes. So I grab a bunch of each of them. And then I always recommend checking out the like desk or office area as well, because they'll often have organization bins and things in there that might work for your space as well. So if you have items that you already want to use, great. Or if you want to purchase new ones, check out the dollar store, or I'll link some options below that I like as well. Yeah, if you're going to be spending more money, do your measurements and, kind of get it all down properly. I just got mine at the dollar store, so I just kind of winged it. Winged it. I just wung it. That doesn't sound right. I can't talk. So I went to the dollar store. So I went to the dollar store and just picked up a bunch of different sizes, and I'm just gonna wing it. So you'll have all your items back after your purchase of your dividers, or you already have some that you're gonna use ideally. So then you are just going to place them in the drawers, just kind of see how they fit. A really good idea would be you can buy these little like rubber foot stickers. I will link that below as well, or kind of pop a picture here of what they look like. But you can then stick those on the bottom so they're not like sliding around in your drawer every time you open and close them, because chances are like there's going to be some gaps and spaces. Not everything's going to be fitting in there perfectly, which is kind of nice, because then you can use those little like separate gaps for things like your palettes, which is a really good spot to fill those gaps with. What I prefer is a drawer. What's it called? What I prefer is a drawer liner. So I've got liners in all of my drawers. This is really nice to prevent everything from sliding, and then it also protects your drawers as well. So it just makes everything really nice and easy to clean up. And then you're not going to have any damage in them, which is great. And they just look nice, especially if you have clear bins. It just looks like super nice to have a liner down, unless you have like gorgeous wood cabinets, then bravo, good for you. You don't need those. But anyways, you still probably want to protect the bottom. So just how you're going to be selecting your most frequent products to put at the top drawer and then work your way down, you want to do the same thing inside your drawer. So using or putting the products that are most functional, that you use most commonly at the easy to reach places. So as you can see in my drawer, my top drawer is dedicated to skincare. So to the very left of the drawer, which is closest to my sink, is what I've dedicated that area to my face wash. So it's easy to grab from the sink, all my serums, my face cream. And then from there, I've got my foundations and my concealers and then blush. And at the bottom, I've also put my brushes, just so you're not having to dig and look for anything. They're just nicely laid out at the bottom. And then I've also dedicated 2 little containers in the back for cotton pads and cotton swabs. And then I've also put 2 little containers in the back for things like I've got one little tiny guy like this just for lips, and then one for mascara, liquid liner, and brow product, just to keep it super minimal. And then in the very back where there was a gap, I just have 3 palettes. I've got a contour palette and 2 eyeshadow palettes. So this just keeps everything super organized, and it's really laid out in a way that I use it, and it's super functional. So in the end, you just really want to make it work for you. So maybe your top drawer is the products that you use daily, all over. So your dental hygiene, your hair, and your makeup. So your toothbrush, your toothpaste, a hairbrush, and your hair products, and just a handful of products that you're using daily, and that works best for you. Or maybe you do have a lot of each item and you need to separate them by category. Or maybe you just are obsessed with eyeshadows and lipsticks, and so the top drawer is just going to be all eyeshadows and all lipsticks. Like, I don't know, you got to make it work for you and what you love. So put the things that you love the most at the top, or the things that you use the most at the top. But for functionality, I would say put what you use the most at the top. That's what I do. So you definitely want to make this work for you and for your lifestyle. But in the end, I just hope that this makes your mornings a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more efficient, and happy organizing.